Today's episode is brought to you by Hawthorne. If you're feeling like you've been stuck inside for a while and you got that inside stank, you know what I'm talking about. Get yourself some Hawthorne. Take the quiz. Smell good. We'll talk about how all that works later. Now let's jump into this podcast. Hello, everybody. It's time for Cousin Crendor.
Cousin Crendor in the morning.
In the morning. Live. Before our recording studio audience. Recording. Wake your ass up. It's the Crendor in the morning. Hello, everybody. Welcome to an exciting episode of Cox and Crendor in the morning.
Hey.
Hey, hi. Hello?
Hey, what's going on? How are you?
I don't know. How are you? You seem kind of like, hello.
Yeah, but that's
I am
like,
at home.
am I never not like that?
Yes, there are times where you're not like this. This
That's
is a
true.
different type of Crendor. This is like the sad Crendor. What happened, sad Cren?
Man, well, I had wine today. That's part of
So
it.
this is drunk Cren.
Not even drunk. This is like post-wine. Like, I've hit the point where you get your wine, you get your woo, and then you get your kind of like, hey, and now I'm at the like,
Oh, so you're like tired, Cren.
a little bit. But I'm not like tired. I'm just kind of like, yeah. I'm on the low slope.
So
you know?
over it, Cren. You're kind of like,
Yeah. I've also had a roller coaster of groin emotions this week.
Do tell. Keep us updated. Yes, please.
So last week, remember, I was like, my groin. So the next day, I felt a little better. The next day, I felt great. I was sitting in my chair again. I was like, dude, we're good. We're healed.
And
I was
then
like,
you sat
I was
too
like
long.
95. And then I sat too long. I started doing stretches. I started exercising again. And I should have known because yesterday, I felt it like strain a little bit. And I was like, it's just healing again. I was like, maybe I should like tone it down. And I was like, nah. And then at night, it kind of just like after I was streaming and I felt fine and I got up and it just kind of like it came back. It wasn't as bad as like it used to be, but it was like bad enough to where I was like, I did it. I did it to myself. Where you
did. Why would you do that? You
I
knew
don't
you were
know.
recovering.
The thing is like, it's just the human mind. You're just like, hey, you're healed. I don't feel it anymore. It's fine. And then before you know it, you overdo it, and then you're right back to like not square one, but I'm at like square four, right?
Right. You went back 2 spaces. Yeah.
So now I just gotta take it easy for another couple days. That's all right. I learned my lesson. I will not be doing any types of physical activities for at least a few more days to heal back up. I'm very good at not doing.
Who knew
things.
how important your groin muscle is to you?
Who knew?
Yeah.
Man.
Your whole body is built around that one muscle, it looked like.
I mean, if you're sitting, it definitely impacts it. So it's, listen, sometimes you just, you get excited. You're like, yeah, you know what? I can sit in the chair. I'd play like games and I'd like stream and do everything. And I was like, I feel fine. And then it creeps back in,
Yeah. You just get so excited in your groin muscle. And yeah, I get it. I understand.
And you just, boom, get too excited.
I want someone to be half listening and just to be like, what the hell are they talking about?
You get too excited, you
Boom.
just
You get too excited, your groin muscle, boom.
It's just what it is. So
That's what it
dial
is.
Dial it back. Don't go crazy.
Don't go crazy.
Let your groin heal. That's the moral day.
I like how
the
that's
bright
your tip
spot-
for everyone. Hey, everyone, let your groin heal.
The bright spot is like a hypochondriac as we've developed. When it initially happened, I was like, will I ever get better? More at 11. But I did get better, and then you overdo it and you kind of weaken. So I'm just, I'm not as paranoid about it because I'm like, I know it'll get better. It's just, I hate waiting for things. You know what I mean? You just gotta wait and be like, and then, that's what it is. But I guess it's also better to have to wait around during this type of time than it would be when everything's like open and you can go out and do stuff. It's like, well, there's nothing to do anyway. So whatever.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, God, I found myself doing things that I have like moments during the day where I do things that I never would do.
Like what?
Like ever. I would so I went through my house this week, and you know that I have a lot of like art on the walls. Took it all down and like dusted the art and dusted behind the walls, like where the art was. Things that no one ever does. I was like, I've never really dusted those. And so I go like dust the art and then like, you know, the area behind it in case there's like any spiders or anything living back there. I did a whole thing this week of that. I went through my entire apartment and just removed all the paintings one by one and just dusted and then put them back because I'm crazy now, I guess. And that's what I do.
Yeah. You start hitting that point where you're looking for just anything to clean or just anything to do.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep my mind off the fact that like I'm not upset with being indoors. It's kind of the life I live anyway when it comes to work.
All right.
I'm not upset because I can, you know, you can go out for a walk and stuff. That's not no one's gonna stop you from doing that. But and I'm not upset about, you know, not going to the movies. You know, I'm more upset about just going to go see a friend for like a few hours. But you can still do that online. Like it's not ruining my life. The things that are upsetting me are the things I know I'm gonna have to do. For example, I was when I was going to the UK, and they were like, okay, well, we can't refund you the money, but we can give you a voucher for the amount of the money. And it's good for a year. And I'm like, all right, well, I don't like this, but at least you're not taking the money from me. You're just giving me a voucher, so okay. I think like everyone else realizes that the idea of traveling to another country for the next year is going to be rough. Like I know France just instituted if you go there, you have to be there for 2 weeks in quarantine, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sure most of the world's going to do that. I don't expect to be going back to the UK. I want to. I hope that, you know, maybe in a month it's not going to happen. But like, what if in a month we had a vaccine? Boy, that'd be great. Not going to happen. But like, I want to hold out the hope that between now and next March, I might be able to go back. But I know we won't. So I have to call this damn company. I have to call British Airways and argue with them about how I just want my money. And how, look, you gave me this voucher for a year. That's very nice, but I'm not going to be able to go for a year, and I want my money. They're going to fight me on it, I know, and I have to sit on hold, and I have to fight all these damn people, and then maybe after a few hours, they'll finally be like, all right, which they could have just done at the beginning. I know what's going to happen. It sucks. Stuff like that. Things where, because of the virus, there are all these little hassles you have to deal with, and it's like, come on, it shouldn't be this difficult. Why do we got to play these games? I'm ready for it. I have so much of that BS, and I'm like, okay, sure, yeah. And I'm still, you know, we have our show in August, which is on, but maybe like who knows? I have no clue. It's still technically there. Tickets, there literally are. It's almost a sold out show. There's like 15 tickets left. It's crazy. So thank you.
It's at the point where Illinois did a plan. The governor released a plan. It was like, well, we're in phase 2, and there's like 5 phases. Phase 3 would allow like gatherings of like 10 people or less for like things. And that would probably be in like June or July. And then I think phase 4 is like 50 people or less. So I don't know if that would even be allowed to happen.
Yeah, I've absolutely no clue. I don't. I know that there's a bunch of because we had all these posters for the first show. They're totally useless. So my plan was everyone who came to this new show we were going to give you one for free, like just like a signed poster. Like I had a whole bunch of things of like, thanks for coming. Now I'm like, okay, I don't know that we can even do this one. I have no clue. It's all up in the air. We've got months to find out. But that's, you know, that kind of worry, because that's a whole other issue with booking and all sorts of stuff that it's just little things where I'm like, oh my God, so many little hassles. And I guess I'm thankful that it's not, my hassle isn't like I'm coughing everywhere and possibly dying. Thankfully that's not occurring.
Yeah.
But you know, it's little tiny things where I'm like, I got to deal with that eventually, and that's gonna suck. And oh boy, so yeah. I wish I see some people and some friends of mine. Their time at home is like real cushy. I'm almost upset. They found that perfect. Hey man, like I work from home. I drink during the day. I don't really report to anybody. Not much is expected of me right now. Like, you guys got it cushy. Yeah, I don't know how you're stressing. They're just like, hey, whatever. We just sit outside and drink mimosas. I'm like, you sons of... Okay. I aspire to be that.
That's definitely Davis.
Davis... no comment. No comment.
Yeah, that's the thing where, like, it could be worse, but it's still annoying to have to deal with everything.
Yeah, I find myself sometimes wanting to tweet things that piss me off and then being like, no, I'm not gonna. Like, there's so much worse shit in the world. No one wants to see me complain. But, like, The other day, for example, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna splurge. I'm gonna get, like, a fancy lunch. So I ordered lunch from this cafe that I love. And they make, like, really great bread there. And so I got, like, a avocado toasty thing they make. And, like, that whole thing. I ordered it on Uber Eats. So when you think Uber Eats, you think of cars delivering your food, yes?
Yeah.
So the person that delivered my food was a kid on a bike. Like a bicycle. It said, your order's being delivered on bicycle. And I was like, what? This place makes food very fast. It's like, I don't know, maybe 2 miles away. And it would it'll be there in 20 to 30 minutes. I was like, perfect. The timer increased dramatically when it's like, he'll be picked up by bike. And it said, be there 45 minutes to an hour. I'm like, what? Why is this guy allowed to do this? So this dude, I can watch him on the map. This dude is like, slowly moving through the streets of LA, and I'm like, oh my god, this guy really is on a bike. He's on a bike. They let this man pick up my food on a bike, and then I'm just sitting there waiting, just furious now, because I'm like, I wanted my food hot. I didn't want cold. I didn't want anything cold when I ordered it. This is ridiculous. And so it takes him a whole hour to get here. I go out and meet him. He's like a dude on a bike in like a bike outfit with a mask. And I'm like, cool. Not only am I worried about getting viruses, but now I have to worry about your sweat all over my food. That was in a backpack on his back. So it's jostled in there. Of course, when I opened it, the avocado was like everywhere. I was like, yeah, all right, cool, great.
Was it cold?
And of course it was cold. The dude was on a bike, Crendor, and I was about to tweet a whole thing about how mad I was. Like, I ordered from Uber Eats because an Uber was going to get it, not some dude on a bike. And the guy just it's like, hey, thanks. The worst part is because I was, it's a time where I'm like, if you're going to be out there doing this, I'm giving you a tip. If you're going to be Ubering around, delivering food. So I already had pre-tipped this guy. I was so mad. I was like, this sucks. I was about to drop a whole tweet storm on it. And I was like, you know what? No, this is unimportant. It's avocado toast. Well, right? It doesn't matter that much. I got like a not home fries. What are those things? Like breakfast potatoes?
Oh, yeah, the potatoes, yeah.
Yeah, they had like peppers and stuff in them. They were really good, but cold. They were good, but cold. And I was just like, this is dumb.
The problem here is Uber Eats. Right, so like, did they tell you like, hey, before you finish ordering, this is gonna get to you on a bike? Like, they didn't give you any warning.
No, of course not. They straight up just said it gives you a timer. So here's the problem: this restaurant that I like is not on Postmates. It's not on DoorDash. It's only on Uber Eats, which sucks. So Uber Eats, what it does, it will give you a time. It'll say, hey, your order's being prepared, and then whenever someone clicks in to pick it up for you, it will say how much time it's going to take, and then it'll give you a maximum amount of time. So usually it will say, your order will be delivered at 3 o'clock, and then underneath that, in a smaller text, it will say, longest wait time, maybe 3:20. And this one, it literally said it was going to take 30 minutes to get there, 20 to 30 minutes. And then, just when the guy got there on a bike, and it said, we picked up my bike, it shot up an hour. And I was like, are you kidding me? I was so mad. I was like, why are they allowed to do this? I was furious. You have no clue. It'd be like if you called someone to take you home and a dude on a bike showed up. He was like, hop on. I was so mad. I was like, all right. And it sucks because he was a pleasant dude. He was fine. When I talked with him, he was a nice guy. But it's the principle of the thing that it's the dude picked it up on a bike. I don't know. It seemed dumb to me. I was trying to order this in like a reasonable amount of time.
Should have had a drone, dude.
I wish I could have had a drone. It would have helped me out. A drone would have at least. Who cares if it arrived just as destroyed? It would have arrived on time.
It would have been warm.
Yeah.
Warm but destroyed.
Yeah, toast is fine cold, but it's not as good if it doesn't have a little warmth to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, it's like when fries, they like put fries in a thing. They're always soggy because they have to like sit in the box and like it steams up and then the fries get like bleh.
If I ever order anything, like a to-go anything, I never get French fries. I always either get a salad or something because it's pointless. The fries, when they get to you, they're always gross.
Yeah.
Every
always.
time. Unless you're one of those people who likes the soggy fries. I know people like that. God bless, you're a weird person.
That's weird.
But,
Weird.
I'll always get something that I know will be fine. Be like, do you have another option? Just anything else besides those fries are going to end up nasty? Yeah, that was it was an experience. I have another great moments in Jesse Stuck Indoors for you.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, so I don't know if I brought this up on this podcast before. I think I have. In my parking spot behind me, the guy who would just park in the middle of the lane. Did I tell you about that?
No, you did not.
Who was I talking to about this? Anyway, when I would park in my parking space, there were these 3 cars. Like, so you've seen the parking garage for my apartment complex. There are many cars there. When I would park, behind me every so often, mostly during the day, some dude in this giant black SUV would park almost right behind my car, and I could not get out. Like, he was parked in the lane, just like in front of two. It was like there was a 2-car parking space, and he would park in front of that. And so while I could kind of back out, I'd have to do one of those like back out, back in, back out, back in, back out, like 5 or 6 times in order to get past his car. Finally, I just had enough, and I went to the front desk of my apartment, and I was like, y'all, this guy keeps doing this. It's driving me crazy. He does not stop. He's always there. I don't know if he lives here or he's just a friend. I don't know what's going on. And they're like, all right, we'll look into it. And so it just kept happening. And I finally went back to the desk and was like, I'm going to have this guy towed. Like, they can't deal with this right now. This guy sucks. And so they were like, all right, you know what? We'll do it. Don't worry. We'll go out there. And I guess they were going to go get it towed, and the guy showed up and like took the car and left. And so I kept seeing it happen, and it was driving me crazy. But I didn't want to like confront the dude because I knew it was going to be an issue. I just wanted to like have it handled and this is how I knew it was going to be an issue. On this SUV, it had the license plate King.
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, I'm thinking either 1, this guy really is a king, in which case that's going to be a problem, or 2, he's a guy who has an ego big enough to think he is the king and put it on a license plate. Either way, it's going to be a pain in the ass. Anyway, cutting forward for a while, just to a different side story, it'll all come back. The people who live in the apartment next to me were these guys who would stay up till like, I don't think they'd wake up until 9 p.m. And they'd stay up all night, running around their apartment. It sounded like they were moving furniture all night. I don't know what they were doing. I think they might have been like amateur YouTubers or something. And they would like film on the roof and run around, and I'd always see them outside like yelling, and they would be out. It was crazy. And I'd be like trying to sleep, and I'd hear them yelling at each other in their rooms. And I'm like, what the hell? So I obviously never said anything because, I'm sitting here in one of the rooms in my apartment doing a podcast with you. I don't want anyone complaining if they can hear me right now. So I didn't say shit. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm not going to argue with them. I'm not going to fight. I'm just going to let them live their weird lives. It doesn't affect me at all. If anything, it's kind of comforting late at night to just hear other voices and be like, I'm not alone, right? I like the big city. I love the big city. So I love, when I lived in New York, I loved the idea of, noise outside, right?
Yeah.
Like when I go to Chicago, I open up the windows just so like at night I can hear like the, all the noises. And so I kind of like that. I like noise when I sleep.
Yeah.
So it was fine. And then one day the noise stopped, and I looked out the window, and I didn't see anyone because our windows almost look at each other. So I didn't see anyone. It looked like the bedroom was empty. I was like, what the what? So I go outside and I see that they're moving out. And I'm like, what? They're moving out in the middle of a pandemic? Why are they moving? I was like, I guess they've been here a full year. I don't know why they're leaving. What's going on? As I go down to my car today, I notice the big SUV is not there. And I notice all the other cars are not there. I'm like, what? And I see the guy who is the person I reported them to. He's like, oh, hey, good news. Those people are moving out. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, they got too many complaints from all the other people around them in their apartments, and they're moving out. I'm like, oh, what did they do? He's like, oh, I guess they were up all night, like crazy hours, and they were like running around making noise, and so we had to ask them to leave. And I was like, wait a minute. Are you telling me these dudes are my neighbors the entire time? And he's like, guess so. He's like, why didn't you complain? And I was like, I did, right? And I kind of like pointed over to the cars. He's like, yeah, you're right. And like walked away, and I was like, I should have complained. I should have said something. Those were the guys. I had no clue. Yeah. Turns out that the asshole guys who were keeping everyone up at night were in fact still the asshole guys who would park wherever they wanted to. Crazy how that works out. So yeah, it all worked itself out. They were asked, I guess all the other people in the apartment complex had enough, because their apartment was 2 stories, and so they were connected to people on the top floor and people on the middle floor. So everyone could hear them just at the middle of the night causing all sorts of... I knew it was bad when one of the guys who lives across from us... You know how we have like a courtyard? Across from us, in a different... like on the other side of the complex, I was talking to a guy in the elevator, and he was just like, yeah, those dudes who live next to you, man, they are so... loud. What are they doing over there at night? And I was like, damn. So, yeah, I guess everything works itself out in the end, I guess. I don't know what the moral is, but it was just weird. Like, it just happened. Everything, I was like, oh, yeah. So assholes in one place are probably assholes in another place. Okay.
Well, it's, but the thing is, like, now there's no noise. Now there's just silence.
That's my one sadness, is now there's nothing. Usually it's 8 something right now. Usually I'd hear them like sounds like they're moving furniture like across wood, or you'd hear them like yelling at each other, or maybe playing a video game. I don't know what they were doing, but then you like all people running up and down steps. You'd hear it and you'd be like, humanity. At least there's someone living their lives. And now I hear nothing. It's silent. There's no one next to me.
Yeah, I kind of feel that too. I always like hearing, I don't know, I like ASMR too. So I always like those kind of, background noise types of things. But like, here's one that's kind of random. Like, there'd just be like people like across the street or somebody like doing yard work, or not even yard work. Like one dude is just working on his deck. Right? Like he was just blasting his like radio music that was like, and then you just hear like like working on his deck. And for some reason, I just kind of like would just like sit there and listen, and it was just relaxing. And I don't know why. Maybe it's because I think part of it's because even growing up, we'd have like people be like, oh, some guy's coming to paint the wall, and I'd just like sit there, and they'd be like, you hear some guy being like like doing like house construction, like painting or whatever, and I think that kind of just relaxes me. I don't know.
It's like a weird, the comfort of progress, right? Like they're doing a thing, like mowing a lawn. Like there's someone out there mowing that lawn. You hear like the right, and you know it's happening, and it's like life in action. And there's something comforting about that on a deeply human level, where you're just like, yeah, all right, you know what? The world's still going on. It's a very positive way to look at something that you can definitely see negatively, right? Like if you're having a bad day and everyone's just going about their life, it can make you feel even worse, right? Just like, oh, no one even cares. But if you think about it positively, it's like, even on your worst day, it's not like the world's still going to go on, and you have to like pick yourself up and keep moving, right? And there's like a positivity to it that's like deeply ingrained in like, yeah, you know what? Today sucked, but like, it's nice to hear that the birds are chirping and there's a cool breeze and old Mr. Jenkins is out on his porch hammering away at that damn wooden plank that won't. There's something consistent to it, and it's very human.
I forgot. I watched something on that. I forgot what it was. There's something where why humans enjoy those types of noises, or kind of why we enjoy things being when a bubble wrap gets popped, or when someone throws a dart and it hits right in the middle, or you hear
a haircut, scissors or clippers that bzz, or that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even just hearing if you're in a game, right? You're in a game and you complete a quest and it's ba-ding, right? And you're completed the quest. There's something about that gratification in your mind of there it is. Something has been completed successfully or in the right way. But, if you hear something that's or things breaking, then you're just kind of eh. Because, it's your brain just wanting to know that everything's kind of going okay.
Yeah, I guess at a subconscious level, it's about you achieving stuff. Because everyone's trying to achieve something. No one wants to do nothing, right? And even the people who are no, man, I don't want to do anything. They are achieving the peacefulness of I don't need to do anything.
Yeah.
Which many people strive for. So I think that there's something about the desire as a species to do a thing. Even if that thing is I got the platinum trophy, right?
Yeah.
Even if that's what it is, at the end you feel man, I did that. That was a thing that I did.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Really,
I get it. Yeah, there's...
I
understand.
Just strive for achievement.
That's why... You know what? It sounds like we're about to start the beginning of a documentary about space. Man has always strived for the stars. Yeah. I don't know. Look at us. We're so deep. We're so deep.
We're so intellectual and smart.
No one has ever called us. No one has ever called us that. We're so intellectual and smart.
I don't think in the 7-8 years we've done this that nobody is listening to this be wow, these guys are just intellectual and smart. I love this podcast.
Okay. We need everyone listening right now. Everyone, go to Spotify, iTunes, wherever you're listening to this. Leave us a 5-star review, and in it include intellectual and smart in the review.
Yes, without a doubt.
In fact, focus on how intellectual and smart we are in that review. And if we can somehow get people to think that we're intellectual and smart, really they'll start. Really, you can get people to believe anything. Really.
Yeah. It's like if you make a to-do list, right? If you don't do anything on that list, you feel real bad. But if you do scratch off a bunch of things on the list, you feel great. Even if it's if you made a list that's eat breakfast, take a walk, watch a video, and you checked off all those things, even if they're minimalist, minute things, you're just oh, I did things. Your brain still feels happy about it.
And you know what's crazy? You sleep better at night too.
Yeah.
I know it seems like pseudoscience, but I'm not even joking. If you make a list and you do the things on your list so you feel like you completed something that day, you sleep better because your brain's oh, I did it. All right. Well, I guess I can turn off for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but it totally works.
Yeah. It's all about tricking your mind, man. It's about hacking the mind.
See? Intellectuals is what we are.
Intellectuals. That was what was that one tweet I did? I said, you remember that?
No, I don't remember that one tweet you did.
It was
what was that one tweet I did? I don't know, Grandpa. You tell me.
I said, dude, memories are just moments of our life that our brain thought were important enough to remember.
I mean, that's pretty intellectual.
Yes.
That's some philosophy 101 right there.
It is, because I was thinking about it, right? And I was like our memories, I was why do we even have memories? And I was well, it's just some point in our life our brain thought was I got to remember this. This is important. But I have plenty of memories that aren't important, at least to me. I'll have a memory of eating a bagel, right? Nothing was important about that, but I remembered
all the memories that stick with me are always traumas. It's always something I did that I regret doing.
Well, yeah, well, that's the thing. It's people oh, but did something happen when you ate the bagel? Did someone die? Is there crazy? And I'm no, nothing bad happened. Nothing crazy. Just, I don't know, maybe I really liked it.
Well, I've had things I remember vividly food I've eaten at certain points, food that really stuck with me where I was oh, Oh, it changed my life. Yeah, I have that too. I think everyone has a little mixture of memories.
I like that, a mixture of memories.
Yeah.
Sounds like an album.
Can I give you another philosophical thing that we can talk about really quick?
Yes.
My dear friend Elsie posted a photo that like exploded on the Tweetster this week, and it is of a fashion shoot. But the shirt says at the fashion shoot, lamps in video games use real electricity.
Wait. No, but okay. Whoa, hold on. Just back it up. If the lamp was not plugged in the video game and it turned on, would it be using electricity?
Yes.
Exactly.
What? Wait, what?
Exactly.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
So it's not going by our dimensional rules.
You've got me. Checkmate, you got me.
Plus, okay, you could say, right, oh, it's using electricity still, but what if in the game it's being powered by some supernatural power?
Well, then
Would
that
it
power
still
is
be
using
using-
electricity.
But is it?
Yes, no matter what, it still has to operate under electrical current. That's how they work. That's how the light bulb works. Like a ghost has to produce electricity. The ghost isn't gonna power it with ectoplasm.
Electoplasm.
Ectoplasm.
Yeah, but at the same time, what if something in the game is like saying, "Oh, this lamp is powered by this ghost that has to run in a hamster wheel to power it, but it has nothing connecting to it," right? It could still be electricity, but it's also that thing. So it's those two things at once, and then.
But here's the thing: the coding is connecting it.
But then the game is just a code. But then the code, this is like a. There's so many avenues.
It's like a city map of terrible directions. Yeah.
Overall, it's just. Listen, I don't know.
It's what you would talk about on the smartest, most intellectual show on the internet.
It sure is.
This is why we need those reviews. We need more 5-star reviews. Make it happen.
Oh, I forgot that everybody was tweeting us that Nick Cage is gonna play Joe Exotic in a scripted thing. Everyone
is tweeting us. Everyone.
Now,
we were aware. We knew.
Oh yeah.
We had seen. Everyone was like, "You guys see this?" Like, yes, no, we saw.
The thing is, like, everyone's like, "Oh, this would be crazy." I'm like, it's. Do we really need this? Like, I just watched The Tiger King. Like, I feel like I'm just gonna watch it again, both Nick Cage.
Yeah, we watched the real thing. Nothing could be crazier than the real thing.
So, like, what are they gonna cover in the miniseries?
Over the course of 8 episodes, I watched a person's arm get eaten. I saw a woman who definitely killed her husband. Talk about ways to kill husbands. I saw a guy marry 2 dudes who definitely weren't even into that guy. They just like drugs. I watched like a sting operation be set up. A man who wanted to drop bombs from a helicopter. I saw like a guy with his 8 wives run like, I'm pretty sure, a cult. Everything you could possibly want to see was in that show. What else could there be?
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, I'll watch it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be there.
Now, to be fair, I think he'll play an excellent Joe Exotic.
Of course, he's the only person who could do it.
Yeah.
I mean, none of us are doubting that. That is the truth.
We're not doubting that. Like, he'll play the part extremely well, but.
Yes, of course. No one's saying he won't. We're simply saying the whole concept doesn't need to be made.
Yeah.
But it will be excellent once it's made. We'll watch it. Just, it doesn't need to exist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just like electricity in video games.
No, it definitely needs to. And you know what else you need? This is a great segue. To smell good. That's right. Hawthorne is going to help you smell good. Smell really good. Especially if you're stuck at home. Especially if you have to be surrounded by all those people you see every day. If you're with family, if you're with kids, or a wife, or a husband, or parents, or whoever, you know what? I have a feeling they're kind of over you right now. You can absolutely take the first step to fixing all that by smelling good. And Hawthorne wants to help. Now, if you're like me, you probably had that scent that you would wear all the time. Everyone has that first either cologne or perfume they fell in love with, and it's like their scent. But that's only the scent that you found. You can actually make a scent for yourself. Make yourself smell unique and different and really good. The way Hawthorne works is that you take a quiz, answer some questions, things like, what do you like to drink? What do you like to do for fun? What kind of scents do you love? What does your last cologne smell like? All these different questions. Shampoo, what kind of deodorant do you use? All those different things. Then they tabulate the results, do algorithmically things, and then they give you what kind of scent they think would smell best on you. And there are two. There's one for work, one for play. And they were right. The two colognes I got are great smelling. The one for play, I'm not even gonna lie. The one for work is good. The one for play they nailed the scents I love. They nailed it. It's so good. I'm wearing that thing out. Maybe it's just because I like to play a lot. Maybe because the work one definitely has a businessy, I'm going to work. Or the play one's Jesse, baby. And you can get that too. You can have that vibe where you feel yourself, right? When you smell good, you feel good. Trust me. So if you want in, what you have to do is go take the quick 2-minute quiz. Hawthorne will tell you the result, give you the two colognes they think are best for you, totally risk-free, free shipping, free returns. To check it out, go to hawthorne.co. That's Hawthorne with an E. And use promo code COX to get 10% off your first purchase. That's HAWTHORNE.co. Use code COX, get 10% off your first purchase. Let's go to chapter number 7 of the Crendor in the Sky. How's that traffic out there?
Oh man. Traffic is happening. There's cars. There's people trying to go to the parks. And you know what? Just get them out of there. Get them out of there. You better keep your 6-foot distance, all right? And you better not be talking to Kathleen across the street because... she doesn't have anything that great to talk about anyway. She's just I just drank another bottle of champagne today. Hey. We get it, Kathleen, all right? So, just, stay inside. Just, don't drive. Well, you can drive. Just, don't get out of your car, all right? Unless you're getting food. Just stay safe. Just, wear your mask. Just stay safe, all right? Just stay safe. That's the traffic.
Thanks, Crendor. Now let's go over to Crendor at the weather desk. How's that weather?
Weather time. Let's go to, let's go to Death Valley. Death Valley. There's multiple Death Valleys. There's Death Valley, California, Death Valley Junction, California, and Death Valley Junction Abbreviated, California. Let's go to the normal one.
Yeah, what?
Death Valley, California. 96 degrees Fahrenheit. Feels like 96 degrees Fahrenheit. You got clear skies, low of 74. You got your winds 10 to 20 miles an hour southeast. Not too bad. Monday, 104 degrees. Whoo! That's hot. Then you got 96.
This is why no one wants to be there.
I mean, who'd want to live in Death Valley? You know where I really want to go? Death Valley. That's like being man, you know where I want to move? Drowning in water, Pennsylvania. It's my favorite.
I hear that place is lovely when you're not drowning in water.
I hear it too. In fact, there's no water there.
Drowning in water, Pennsylvania.
Somebody find something and send it to us on Twitter or something. There's got to be at least one that's burning alive Massachusetts. I don't know. There's got to be one. If there's a Death Valley, there's got to be another similar thing.
Death Valley is it's describing the valley. It's a valley of death. You're describing something so hyper-specific, burning alive in your home and no one can save you because you're on the 5th floor, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. There's got to be one person in the span of human history that was you know what? Jimmy got burned alive here. Let's call it burning alive wherever.
No, but they call it Jimmy's fire. Or they call it Char Jimmy.
Charge Jimmy.
John Jimmy Montana.
There's got to be just somebody. Somebody find one. I'll take anything.
Doesn't exist. I don't believe it. I don't think
exist.
there's going to be one.
Anyway, Death Valley. It's going to be sunny. 96, 93, 94, 96, 98, 98, 93, 86, 92, 96, 98, 101, 105. Whew. Hee. Huh. That's hot.
No, thank you. That's how it gets sometimes near L.A., and I'm like, thank God I live near the water, or else I would die.
Oh, yeah. There's like 10% humidity here. Like, oh, yeah, Death Valley's like on the border of California and Vegas, or Nevada, not Vegas. Yeah, right there. Oh, it's like in the mountains. Interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know that's where it was. It makes sense. It's in the desert. Death Valley. Wow. Look at that. It's a big valley of death. Right, it's got Furnace Creek. Look at some of these. You have Furnace Creek.
All right, now I got to go look up Death Valley, huh? All the clever names that are in Death Valley. Of course they have clever names in Death Valley because they named it Death Valley, so like everything there is going to be like Death Valley, home of
wells.
Fires. All right,
Stovepipe
Death Valley
wells.
National Park.
Skidoo.
Oh, Skidoo. You can go to Skidoo.
Skidoo.
I want to see, is Skidoo like Skidoo Road? Are there people who live in Skidoo?
There's
23 Skidoo. Do people live there?
Skidoo.
Death Valley National Park temporarily closed. Yeah, yeah.
California. Skidoo, California. Population. Is it populated?
Can't be a lot.
I don't even know if
Can't
it's
be a lot.
populated.
It's in the middle of Death Valley.
Let's see. Skidoo is representative of the boom towns that flourished in Death Valley during the early 20th century. Town's livelihood depended primarily on the output of the Skidoo mine, a venture operating between 1906 and 17. During those years, the mine produced about 75,000 ounces of gold, worth at the time more than $1.5 million. Woo! Interesting.
1.5 million back then, turn of the century.
That's you'd be a billionaire.
That would have been. Oh my God! All of these names sound like things you would hear in Mary Poppins.
Whoa! The name Skidoo comes from the expression 23
23 Skidoo. Yeah, of course.
A slang expression of the time for which various origins have been suggested.
Yeah, I love that.
Huh.
But like, look at all these other names. There's so many things here sound like it's in Mary Poppins, like Beatty Junction, Stovepipe Wells, Tea Kettle Junction. All of these sound like just fake things.
Go to the
See how
old tea kettle path down to the old Death Skidoo.
I don't know how I feel about a place being called Chloride City.
Old Chloride City.
Old Chloride City.
Is there chloride there? No. That's in Chloride Cliff.
Oh my God, I love this place called. Wow, there's a place called Furnace Creek. It has an airport and everything.
Huh.
This is what you were talking about. Furnace Creek.
Furnace Creek.
Furnace Creek Resort General Store. Oh my God. Furnace Creek has a resort? What is the resort? The Oasis at Death Valley. I'm clicking it. The Oasis at Death Valley. Wow, 4 stars at the Oasis.
Damn.
This place looks so small. It's in the middle of it. Wow. It's beautiful. I mean, it is genuinely beautiful. Although I would not ever want to be there. It looks like it would be so hot. What would you do there at the Oasis at Death Valley? What would you even do?
I don't know. It's a great question. There's do you just like walk out and go, man, it's hot out here.
Who lives at the Oasis at Death? Like, people have to work there, right?
Yeah.
So they all live.
Maybe they
There's
drive.
the ranch at Death Valley. What is the ranch? Here's the thing. All these hotels have like 4 stars.
Huh.
Who's giving them 4? I guess if you're stuck there, you need a place, and you're like, it'll do.
There's Striped Butte, Porter Peak, Needle Peak, Sugarloaf Peak, Jubilee Mountain, Smith Mountain.
Oh, I
Coffin
see.
Peak, Funeral Peak.
This seems counterproductive in every possible way, but Furnace Creek has so many golf courses, like the Furnace Creek Ranch Golf. Like, so you go out there to golf. I gotcha.
Oh shit! On the border of
desert.
Nevada and California, to the east of Death Valley Junction, is Shadow Mountain.
Oh my God, that's the place.
Shadow Mountain.
Wow.
Shadow Mountain.
Oh my
It's
God.
got a 4.7.
Look. All right. So of course, because I had to, I was like, all right, where do people go to eat when they're out in this place? Like, where do they?
Yeah.
Where would you go if you're trying to get food and you were in Furnace Creek? Everyone's telling me I got to check out Timbisha Tacos. And when you click it, Timbisha Tacos rocking a 4.4 on the reviews, and it is a little small, looks like a trailer, but I'm telling you, those are the best places. I'm looking at the food right now. They got like puffed tacos and stuff. Oh man, they got those like I don't know if it's offensive. They used to be called Indian tacos. I don't know what they're called now, but like the puffy tacos.
Puffy tacos.
Oh my God, it looks delicious. Oh my God, all right. It looks like a little tiny shack, like a little place you would go to just, get something that probably wasn't healthy for you, but like looking good. Look, yeah, it says keep calm, eat Indian tacos. So I guess that's still a thing. Wow. Oh, look at that. That's so neat. Even in the middle of nowhere. You know what? Actually, in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of a desert, I think you could probably get some damn good tacos. I'm just putting it out there. Yeah.
It's got to be just like that one little shack set up, and it's just run by like Satan himself.
Welcome. You want some tacos? Yeah, actually, I'll take 2 Al Pastor.
That'll be 1/20th of your soul.
You're like, for a good taco? All right. Okay.
And that's the weather.
All right, let's go to sports.
Sports. Sports are still not happening. They're still talking about trying to bring it back. MLB could propose 80-game regular season in July.
An 80-game season sounds like the best Major League Baseball
Honestly,
season
that's
ever.
like what it normally. That's what it should be.
Yeah, I would love that. If they were like, there's only 80 games, I'd be like, oh my God, perfect season. I'd watch.
Yeah, that would be pretty great. And then they had fights yesterday, like UFC, in like empty arenas. That's pretty neat. And
I guess it'd be better if they just took it out to like a street corner.
Yeah.
Like an empty arena's like whatever, but I'd love it if like they're like, you were going out to the street corner, we're gonna rope it off, go to town. No one's outside anyway. That'd be amazing. Call it street brawl.
Street brawl. And really, that's just sports.
All right, Crendor, what's our big news story of the day?
The ghost of a masturbating ape haunts the hallways of a grand country estate.
This is it. This is definitely our new story of the week.
Now,
This is. I'm sorry.
This story is about 3 years old.
You know what? We just found it. That's all that matters.
Yeah, it's new to us. The ghost of Randy Monkey haunts the halls of a grand English country estate.
No way is this thing called Randy Monkey.
Randy Monkey, you know.
Do you think that's a family name, or do you think he was given that name?
No, I'd say he's been given that name, without a doubt. Titillated tourists can often hear the saucy specter laughing while masturbating in Athelhampton Hall in Dorset near Dorchester.
What? All right, first off, England, why are all your ghosts always horny? What is every time we do a story about an English ghost, it's either like trying to marry a woman, or it's like trying to bang people, or it's like masturbating in a wall. Every time. England,
Every
what is
time.
happening over there?
Some frustrated people there. Dead people specifically.
It's all that repression in life, and they're like, now that I'm dead, I'm letting loose.
Then the spooky venue even has soul-searching couples clamoring to have their weddings held there in hope of having the pervy primate appear in the background of their pictures.
What? Wait. Wait. All right, so there's a lot to unpack here. First off,
Right.
people want to go stay there because they hope the ape named Randy Monkey the ape, will jerk off and laugh at them while he does it.
Yeah, like,
And
listen,
then they want to have their weddings there so that in the background of their wedding photos, a masturbating ape can be seen so that they can have that forever.
yeah, like I don't.
A reminder of the time that as they shared their vows before their friends and family, an ape jerked off to it.
Like I think that the thoughts ever crossed my mind of being with Toaster Woman and be like, hey, you know what we need when we have our wedding? I really want to have it with Randy Monkey and hope that he just jerks off in the background. I think that's the most romantic thing I can think of.
You know, I'd really love it if as we shared our first kiss as husband and wife, and masturbating ape was in the background, just laughing at us like like just cracking up at our hilarious wedding.
There's got to be more to this. The lovable ape's afterlife antics have helped the Hall to be named as one of the most haunted houses in England after being listed on We Buy Any Homes list of the 9 most ghostly properties. The 15th century house was originally built by the Martin family, whose crest featured an excited monkey sitting on a tree stump. The estate's motto was, "He who looks at Martin's ape will look at him."
This is the craziest. So in the 1500s, or maybe, what were you saying, 15th century? Is that what it was? So 1400s.
Right.
Somewhere someone was like, my lord, what should we have on our crest? Should we have a rooster or a dragon or perhaps some sort of lion, my lord? And he's like, no, a masturbating monkey on a stump. My lord, are you sure? Yes. I want that monkey masturbating. And the monkey or an ape, my lord? An ape seems stronger, like a stronger grip. So include an ape instead. Yes, my lord. I can't even. So then they. All right, yeah. So is there even an ape, or is it just because the story? I don't understand.
Let's see. And ever
Was
since
there ever an ape on the premises?
I don't know. It just says does his thing. And ever since the horny ghost of Martin's monkey has haunted the sprawling country pile, making it a go-to destination. Like, was it just like they declared that was their motto, and then the ghost monkey was like, well, I gotta go here?
I guess. Or is it like a dude who's just really hairy, which makes it way creepier?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Just like a hairy guy who's just like, right? Like that
sounds
doesn't
like
seem
something
good.
they would do in the 15th century.
Right?
Yeah,
Like, yes, my lord.
we call
Bring
him
the
the
hairy
monkey
one.
because it's Geraldo, the
Bring,
town squire.
bring me the hairy one.
One tourist, dad of 3, John Morrison, 41.
You
from
brought
Derby.
your kids to the masturbating ape? Oh, hell no,
He
man.
took his entire family to the estate, spoke excitedly about the spanking monkey ghost. He said, "We heard that Martin the monkey who haunts the house loves to scratch his privates while swinging around. We didn't see him, which is a shame because it would have been a real sight. Apparently he's not terrifying, quite friendly is what we heard." According to the local legend, the unconventional...
Shut up. No one has ever seen this. He's actually quite friendly. The masturbating monkey is actually quite... Of course he is. That monkey is looking at you, jerking it. When you look at him, he looks right back. That's what the motto means. He has no shame. This monkey has no shame.
According to local legend, the unconventional Martin family did have a pet ape which was free to wander the halls.
Okay, there we go.
There it is. And when one of the Martin daughters had an unhappy love affair and decided to kill herself, the compassionate monkey began following her around. When she climbed a set of hidden stairs to a secret room, the ape trailed behind and watched as she took her own life with the door bolted. By the
What?
time the family's search of the house grounds eventually located the room, the ape had starved to death next to her body. Now, its ghost haunts the hall, often scratching at the paneling of the secret room and staircase in an eternal frantic attempt to escape, but the monkey is not alone. The house is reputed to have 6 other ghosts, all human.
Whoa, what?
Shit, dude.
All right, can I be real with you? I didn't think the story was going to get depressing. I thought you were about to tell me this girl had a love affair with the monkey. I thought you were about to tell me this girl was spurned by this guy, and so she and this ape went up to that private room and got it on. That's what I thought you were going to say. I did not expect her to kill herself. That's not the way I thought this was going to go. I was like, all right, well, this is getting weird. But it got sad. It didn't get weird. It got sad. And I blame you.
Well, that's fine. Ethel Hampton has long been known as a haunted spot and featured on TV's Most Haunted in 2002. There's been a structure on the site since Saxon times. Andrea Cook, who has lived at the house with her family for more than 20 years, said she has witnessed all sorts of odd and inexplicable things. But while many people have a rational explanation, she said, there are always some which do not. The most recent was a dark hooded figure who rushed past one of our cleaners. On the first sighting, she assumed she had imagined it, but 10 minutes later it came towards her again, up the old servant's staircase, and hurried past her into a bathroom. She was terribly excited about it, having never witnessed such a thing. What this was makes no sense at all. It is a figure our youngest son has seen a couple occasions, but the cleaner was unaware of this at the time. Despite all this, it's an amazing place to live. It is a beautiful home. We are happy here, and generally it has a lovely atmosphere in spite of the stories. But on the odd occasion when something does occur, and I must stress, it is only occasionally, it reminds you that there are some things which are beyond our understanding. A spokesperson from We Buy Any Home said, whether you believe in ghosts or not, it's undeniable that some places, for whatever reason, give us the creeps. Also, we buy your homes. I had that last part.
How very British of you.
Whether it be the old-fashioned decor, the eerie silence that hangs over the property, or the footsteps on the landing in the dead of the night, some properties give that feeling that they may be occupied by something or something else. Andrea said that when her sons were younger, their friends refused to sleep over at Ethelhampton Hall because of doors being agitated, figures at the end of your bed, figures stood in doorways, the sound of rapid footsteps backwards and forwards in your bedroom.
Okay, all right. I think if I ever had to stay anywhere to do a ghost hunting thing, I would do it there. Not because I expect to see a ghost, because if I did, I'd want it to be a masturbating monkey.
Where did they even say that he was like whacking it?
Well, it was the headline, but really what it is it's just the thing monkeys always do, where they just jingle their balls a little bit. You know, they just scratch a little, and they're like, yeah, whatever.
Man, there's some people that do that too.
Yeah, I mean, they say we're related.
Well, in the comments, Bobby Bobberson said, except that ghosts don't exist.
Way to ruin it with facts, Bobby.
And then Parrot Face said, haha.
Parrot Face with those good comebacks. Haha.
Nice Parrot Face.
Yep. All right, well, that's it for us.
All right.
Thank you so much for listening and watching, however you're enjoying this podcast. Crendor, hit them with the socials.
Socials, they're all over. They're in us, above us, beyond our understanding.
So intellectual.
YouTube.com/CoxCrendor podcast. Check us out on Spotify. Search Cox Crendor, iTunes, SoundCloud. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a subscribe. Give us a 5-star. Give us a review. Give us a comment. Give us
in the
anything.
Comments, remember, the most intellectual, smart podcast out there.
Yes. Make sure to say that. Also, youtube.com/Cox and Crendor if you want to see all the animations that are funnier than the actual podcast. Also, follow us on our own things. Twitter.com/Crendor, Twitter.com/JessCox, Facebook.com/Crendor, Facebook.com/JessCox, YouTube.com/Crendor, YouTube.com/JessCox, Twitch.tv/Crendor, Twitch.tv/JessCox, Instagram.com/Crendor with takes, and Instagram.com Notorious Cox. And share our stuff. Follow us. Thank you.
All right. We'll see y'all next time. And as always, beep, to be continued.